Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden, this is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright guys, the stuff that we're going to talk about tonight is incredible. In fact, it's building on an earlier video that we did earlier in October about how JP Morgan really stepped in it in Texas, passed a law that said you don't have access to a $58 billion funding market for municipalities. Kicked them right in the wallet. Well, turns out we were right on the money when we said other states are going to start doing it as well, because Louisiana just sent a shot across the bow to JP Morgan because you are not going to be screwing with our Second Amendment, and if you do, you're not going to get our funding, and that hurts. That's what I'm talking about today. It's linked in the description box below, and I want to hear what you guys think on this, because this right here, this is how we fight for our rights, and we pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. By fighting with our wallets, by standing true in our foundations and our convictions, this is how it works. Enough of that. Let's dive in. Check this out. I want to hear from you. More states are telling anti-gun big banks they'll take their business elsewhere. These are not just small fry institutions, $1,000 here, $1,000 there. These are states in the wealthiest country in the world. This is a big deal, guys. This is massive. Now, Louisiana is known as the sportsman paradise for good reason. Tax-paying outdoorsmen and women there won't tolerate Second Amendment shenanigans, and Republican Attorney General Jeff Landry is putting a major national bank on notice, similar to what happened in Texas, although Texas passed an actual law through the legislature. JP Morgan Chase is the largest bank in the country with a balance sheet of nearly $3 trillion. That didn't stop Louisiana's top attorney from sending the bank's CEO Jamie Dimon a letter stating, quote, "I do not believe the state of Louisiana is best served by doing business with companies that attempt to profit from the state while denying its citizens the ability to exercise their constitutional rights." Ding, ding, ding. Nailed it. 100% couldn't have said it better. You want our money, but you don't support our rights. Well, it turns out they are now linked. That's going to be a problem for you going forward, particularly when the other probably 35 states in the United States who get a little irritated and follow Texas and now Louisiana's lead. This is going to get pricey. And this is how you force corporations to change their woke policies. But let's keep going. Louisiana isn't alone in standing up to discriminatory policies. Texas's legislature passed and Republican Governor Greg Abbott signed into law the Firearm Industry Non-Discrimination Act. The law prohibits, quote, woke corporations from profiting from Texas tax dollars and using those profits to fund efforts to deny those same taxpayers their Second Amendment rights. The law already cost JP Morgan Chase the $3.3 billion it underwrote in bonds in 2020, now that it is denied from doing so this year. Now, that kind of understates, and that's the other article I linked in the description box. It's not just $3.3 billion. The $3.3 billion is what they had in the bank. It was theirs. That's what they did last year. That's not taking into consideration the potential earnings of $58 billion market annually. This is much bigger than what they had. This is losing not only what they had, it's also losing the potential of future growth. And if you know anything about economics and investment bankers and corporations, they thrive on easy, established markets for growth. This is a huge, big deal. Louisiana jumps on board. How long until Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, the entire Southeast? Then you get the Midwest. This can turn real expensive real quick, and that's why it's important. And that's why these people who you put in office are actually doing what we need them to do. I'm going to fall over. The wind could blow me down, but it's happening. This is a reason to celebrate and reinforce them. Now, this is the article that I referenced from Texas. Bank of America, Citi, JP Morgan, they see Texas municipality business halt after gun law. This is not just a small instance, and you can check out that article as well. It's also, like I mentioned, in the description box. This is massive. You've got Supreme Court taking action. They're now going to start going after the EPA. That was just announced today. You've got the Supreme Court action on the Second Amendment. You have all of these states that are taking the freedom train instead of the dictatorial powers from the federalized, centralized government in Washington, D.C. Guys, I'm not one to branch out of the Second Amendment that much, but I can tell you from what I'm seeing when I'm backing out and zooming, there is something happening on a base level across this country that is going to be very interesting to see grow further from tiny little green shoots into something free. And that's what I have for you tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and I will see you tomorrow morning on the Bullet Points. I'm Braden, signing out.